Good afternoon, I be to Prof. Ahmad, and to everyone who is watching this video right now. My name is Joseph Denza Nabiden, a 167612 from the Environmental Science course in UKM. And so today I'm going to present to you research about the distribution of chromium and gallium in the total suspended solid and surface sediments of Sungai Kelantan. For the introduction of this study, metal contaminants are main indicators of pollution that happens in a river. This may happen because of human activities such as sand mining and land reclamation, which happen at Sungai Kelantan. Besides that, natural factors may play a role, such as rainfall. Moving on to the objective of the study. The objective of this study is to identify the sources of gallium and chromium while assessing several factors, which are human activities and the seasonal variation that influences the distribution of gallium and chromium along Sungai Kelantan. For the problem statement of this study, human activities and rainfall may affect the concentration of heavy metals in the river. And heavy metals are one of the main pollutants in an aquatic environment. Moving on to the materials and methods. For sampling, the sampling that was done on the 16th of October 2016, which was a rainfall season, and the samples were collected by using a phonograph along Sungai Kelantan. For sample preparation, first we filter the samples by using a glass fiber filter paper, and then we mixed it with several chemicals to extract the heavy metals. And lastly, for the sample analysis, we use the ICP-MS, which is inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometry. Moving on to the results and discussion. The distance of upstream and downstream of each station was collected. This is important because dilution may take place and it affects the concentration of both the heavy metals. For TSS, total suspended solid, both elements concentration fluctuated, and the highest concentration of these heavy metals were collected at KR1, station number 1, which was located downstream. And for TSS, gallium was more abundant. This is because gallium is more reactive, and there are also other sources such as terrestrial and atmospheric sources. Moving on to the surface sediment, the concentration of both elements also increased downstream, and the highest concentration was collected at station number 5. In this case, the chromium's concentration was 1.7 times higher than gallium. This is because the chemical and physical properties of chromium, which is pretty different from gallium. And the next one is factors affecting the concentration of chromium and gallium. The first one we identify is the runoff from sand mining activities, land reclamation, and also rainfall season. For the distribution of chromium and gallium, using Pearson correlation tests, both heavy metals have a correlation between TSS with the distance from the estuary. For TSS, we get negative correlations for both heavy metals, and there was a sudden increase of gallium in TSS, and afterwards the sudden rise of TSS for stations number 19, 20, and 21. We identify this was due to the mining operations which were located upstream. And also erosion rates influenced by heavy rainfall. For surface sediment, we got positive correlation for both heavy metals. And in this case, the distribution of chromium was more dominant than gallium. This happens because chromium was better at absorption and bioavailability in surface sediment. Seasonal variation in Malaysia also plays an effect on the concentration of heavy metals along Sungai Kelantan. Heavy metals, heavy rainfall influences the erosion rates along the river, and prior to a prior study on Sungai Kelantan showed pollutant load prior to monsoon and past monsoon season. And as the conclusion of this research, we can conclude that human activities and rainfall events were major factors controlling the concentrations of both elements. That's all from me. Thank you.